Merry meet Sagittarius, Sagittarius sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Sagittarius starting today, the 6th of October 2024. This is Ariel, and today I am reading with this beautiful tarot of the Master deck, and I've already purified with this old standby Roger and Gallet Eau de Cologne. You can find links to purchase these products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you so much for being here. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Shirley and the lovely I Am Her Eminence, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Deline. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you Sagittarius and friends of Sagittarius for joining us today for this 2-week reading. If you happen to be watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. This reading goes out to a lot of Sagittarius, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, it's probably not your reading. In that case, just check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs and see if those resonate better. Remember, we also have a daily reading for all signs Wednesday through Sunday, and you can find the most recent of all those tarot streams right on our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I don't read with card reversals, so I'm flipping cards right side up. That's how I like to read. If you'd like to donate to this channel, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. On YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat if you feel like donating right in that chat thread. We do appreciate your support. We do appreciate you being here for this reading, Sagittarius. We've got a few more shuffles to finish. Then I'll give this deck a nice clean cut. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Sagittarius today for the next couple weeks. Starting out with the Page of Swords, followed by the King of Coins, and then we've got this beautiful 8 of Cups. So you want to listen to your inner voice, not other people right now. Other people don't know what the heck they're talking about half the time, or not even half the time, probably most of the time. Nobody that is giving you advice right now is worth listening to, it says. And it's not that they're bad or wrong. It's just that they don't hold a candle to what you already have in you. Your intuition is far better equipped to guide you than other people's opinions. And that's not, the reading's not about them, it's about you, because it seems like you might have been looking to people for information and not understanding that you were supposed to be looking within. And now it's time to just reorient yourself and recognize that your intuition knows what it's doing. And you know what you're doing. That King of Coins says you got this. Whatever your question is, you know what to do. Trust yourself. You know exactly what to do. And a lot of what to do isn't doing. A lot of what to do is just being. And this King of Coins is all about ownership and owning what your abilities are, owning your wealth, owning whatever it is that that maybe you're taking for granted. You can just take a little inventory today if you have a chance and just say, well, what are my assets? What am I good at? What are my assets? What are the things in my life that are the most valuable? What do I find most valuable? And just list them. And just as an exercise to prove to yourself, look at what I know how to do. This didn't come out of a can. This is because of me. This is because of me. And even things that seem to come from other people or through other people, they're still coming to you because of you and the kind of mindset that you have and your own identity as the King of Coins here. And again, it's all about what's inside of you. What's inside of you. Notice what I think you've been selling yourself really short And it's time to stop doing that. Even if you don't think that that's true, think again, because you still may have another layer of self-worth that's available to you. 8 of coins, 3 of swords, 9 of wands. One of the reasons why so many of you are not able to feel your self-worth right now is because of some loss that you've been going through. Some things have been painful, and there's been some painful loss of some sort. Some of you might have lost a job. Some of you might have lost a relationship or a loved one or a pet and things like that. And when you're grieving any kind of loss, it doesn't necessarily have to be the loss of a life, but any kind of a loss, that when you're grieving it, sometimes it's difficult and challenging to still recognize your own self-worth. But the grieving process is an expression of your self-worth. If you're grieving a loss, it's because you owe it to yourself to do that. There's a sweetness to grief, in that if it was valuable enough to grieve over, then that's worth celebrating too. If you lose something and it's not sad, well, that probably wasn't worth it. Probably wasn't worth much, right? So you owe it to yourself to go through whatever you're going through. And also, not only do you have to owe it to yourself to go through it, but you also owe it to yourself to get through it, to get to the other side of it too. Not rushing through it, but also not delaying it and not dwelling in the grief longer than it's appropriate. And your inner guide will know exactly what to do in that regard. So this 9 of Wands is saying that if you keep that, whatever that grief is, and again, this is going to mean something very different to each and every Sagittarius watching this, because some of you are going through divorce, but some of you lost something that may not seem as valuable. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, who am I to grieve? This isn't like I went through a divorce, or I didn't lose a loved one or a pet. I mean, this is just a small thing. Don't sell yourself short. If it hurts, it hurts. If it hurts, it hurts. And you have to honor that. But remind yourself the reason why it hurt is because I loved it so much, or it was so important to me, or it was something that was very special to me. And to honor that is so important, because then you're starting to transform the grief into honoring whatever it was that you lost. Right? And like I said, your inner guide will tell you when it's enough, because if you keep that up too long, what happens is it starts to drain you. Whereas if you're going through it in just the right way, it actually relieves you. It refreshes you in an interesting way. There's something refreshing about grief, because, like I said, what you're doing is you're honoring what it is that you appear to have lost, and that gets you in tune with the gift that it was. Rather than only focusing on the loss, you're then learning how to focus on what that gift was, and also recognizing that gift is still there in another form. Now, if you lost a loved one, that gift is still there in the form of the memory and where they live in your heart and the spirit of who they are that will never leave you. Now, before they were in their body, now they're everywhere for you. Now, you don't have to wait to go see them. They're there with you everywhere. That's one of the gifts when you grieve the loss of a life. When you're grieving the loss of a job, if you loved it so much and the job left and you got laid off or whatever, grieving the loss of that job lets you recognize the value of that and realize that value is still there, because the value of you as an employee didn't go anywhere. You're still just as valuable. And there's another job out there for you. So it's really all about valuing yourself and what you have to offer to the world. Because if you don't find that, if you don't allow yourself to be with that, then the grieving that you're going through is nothing but an energy drain rather than a transformational experience. And you don't want an energy drain. You don't want to fatigue yourself. You don't want your physical energy to be depleted and where you're prone to sickness and prone to sleeplessness and all of that. That's not going to help you or anybody. So self-care is at the bottom line when you get this 9 of Wands, especially when it comes after this 3 of Swords. It's hard to go through loss, and you really have to take care of yourself and take care of who you are because of what you hold as value to yourself and to the whole world. We don't diminish ourselves when we grieve. That's a very important thing to remind yourself. My grieving or my loss does not diminish me. It transforms me. Okay. Now, this 8 of Wands, this 8 of Coins, on top of this, this Page of Swords. This Page of Swords is what I was talking about before. Don't listen to other people as far as their opinions of what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing, or what, what's going on in your life, because they don't understand. You understand. And it's up to you to find that understanding within yourself, because not a lot of the people around you are capable of understanding you right now. There will be people that understand you, but not until you get through that place where you can understand yourself. When you understand yourself and you get connected to that inner voice, that inner guidance, then it transforms the way other people perceive you as well. Not that that's all that important. It doesn't really matter how other people perceive you, but it does help in the future, because then you can have better conversations with people. But right now, having a lot of the conversations about what you're going through with certain people is fruitless. Maybe if you're having a conversation with a therapist or something like that, that's better. But with people that don't understand what you're going through, all that's going to do is confuse you. This 8 of Coins is talking about your attitude. Yes, you can still have a positive attitude through all of this. You don't have to, but you can. And you have to understand that whatever you're putting out is what you're going to get back. And it's not like sugarcoating things and pouring pink paint over your experience here and pretending like it's not there. You definitely want to go through what you're going through and still find an attitude that you can extend that is the quality that you want to have back. You can have both. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. You can grieve and be positive both at the same time. And especially positive about yourself. You don't want to be down on yourself for what you're going through. That's the bottom line here. You want to love yourself more than ever right now. And this isn't forever. Whatever you're going through isn't forever. You're going to get to the other side of it. And for some of you, it's not as big of a deal as for others. And if it's not as big of a deal for you as for others, don't diminish it. Just because it's not a big deal doesn't mean you're not going through it. So if you're going through it, go through it and get to the other side and listen to that inner voice. It'll tell you where to go and what to do and how to take care of yourself and get the rest and get the diet and get all that stuff that you need to take care of yourself. You're the most important person in your life. Without you, you don't get any life. If you're gone, you're gone. Right? So you've got to be your priority right now. And you can't wait for other people to be your priority. You've got to be your priority, and then you have plenty to give to other people. But not right now. Right now, it's all about you and what your self-worth is, your value. And your value is a lot greater than I think than you really comprehend. And it's up to you to comprehend. And you have to want to comprehend it. And you want to be aware of it. And that's what this inner guidance is going to show you. But it can't show you that if you're draining yourself and fatiguing yourself and all of that. So take good care of yourself and enjoy. I know that sounds weird, but enjoy this process because it's highly transformative. And on the other side of this, you're really, really going to be a renewed person in so many wonderful ways. So good for you. And you're going to do well. And I am sorry if you're going through pain. I really, really am. And at the same time, I know that there's a lot of good on the other side of it. So you're doing great. Take care of yourself. Value yourself. You're important. You're essential. And you have to understand that on a very deep level. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Surely I am Her Eminence Angeline. We'll see you in a couple weeks, Sagittarius. Until then, blessed be.